You go.
I must confess, my loneliness is killing me now. Won't you just give me your day? Just give me your sign. Hit me, baby, one more time.
Yeah, nigga, I'm still fucking with you. Still waters run deep. Still Snoop Dogg and D.R.E. Nah, nigga. Guess who's back? Still doing that shit, Andre?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Check me out. It's still. Good morning. Good morning. Arrivederci. Sayonara. Pikanis. Whatever. I don't know if you can tell from my surroundings, but it's extremely early in the morning. I had to get up at 5 a.m. today to go to work. Sometimes that's what happens. Sometimes you start at 2 o'clock, sometimes you start at 5 a.m. I'm so hungry. Today's job I'm working with a construction company. They move soil from job sites and stuff like that. And I'm doing a video about some of the truck drivers that have been with the company for about 30 plus years, you know, and it's a nice little homage to these truck drivers from the company to say thank you for being with us for so long. So it's like a little mini documentary on 5 of these senior truck drivers. Cool thing is though, I get to wear my tradie boots today, mate. I get to wear my steel caps like a big boy steel caps, mate. Ready to stomp some heads, carry some bricks and mortar. It's gonna be fucking good, dickhead. So I just got done with the shoot and I learned that there's a correct way to get in and out of a large cabin of a truck. When you're getting in, obviously, you go face first, and when you're getting out, you face into the cabin the same way. So at one point, I had just rigged a GoPro and I was getting out of the cabin and I was getting out facing out of the cabin. And as I'm stepping down, he goes, "You don't know how to climb out of a truck properly, do you, mate?" I'm like, "Nah, but I'll be right." And as I say that, I jump down and my fucking high-vis gets hooked on something that's connected to his door, and I'm like flung up like this in the air, and I'm like half hanging in midair in front of this fucking guy in this bloody, essentially a landfill that I've just covered in soil, and he's just pissing himself laughing. And yeah, I made a fool of myself within the first 10 minutes of meeting this guy. I definitely need image stabilization lenses or just some form of that, because bloody being in those large trucks and trying to shoot handheld, it's fucking so hard, man. Any jolt, any jump, and your shot is mangled, you know.
FM, oh no, F10 with the...
You know, you eat that shit, man. You eat that shit, and then hope that you poop out a gold nugget that you can then spend on food to eat to poop again. It's the circle of life, mate. Circle of life. What's up? Another early morning, another 5 a.m. start, another day shooting soil get picked up, soil get dropped off, soil get picked up, soil get dropped off. Yeah, I don't know if you can see, but I figured out my haircut finally, how to make it look, you know, even semi-decent. And the way in order to do that was to just completely ignore the advice of the hairdresser and go the direct opposite of the way that he actually cut my hair. Go fringe other way, hair other way, sorts out all the back shit, sorts out the front shit a little bit better. There you go, haircut sorted. So the next time you go and get a haircut, get him to cut it one way and then go home, fuck it up, put it the opposite way, you'll have a better haircut. I've got another pimple right next to my fucking mouth. Look at that shit. Look how gross that is. Oh yeah, I had another dream. I had another funny dream that was again about me failing with chicks. I don't know why my subconscious is constantly telling me that you just suck when you talk to women. You're the worst. It's probably right, because I kind of do that fairly frequently. You know, I say the wrong thing, I say the wrong joke, and then I offend people because I'm an idiot. So that makes a lot of sense. Anyway, this joke, right, I was at a house party party, and everyone's hooking up and doing this and drinking and partying and all this shit. There was a lot of people from my old high school there, and a mate of mine, Kyle Vanos, was laying in a bed with this chick, and they just had sex. That was the look of everything. And anyway, I'm walking through this room, and I haven't seen Kyle in bloody since high school, you know. It's almost 10 years now. And I walk over, I'm like, Vanos, what's going on, bro? And he goes, nah, mate, it's Vanos, you know, because... And I'm like, oh, right, Vanos, cool, bro. Well, you have a good night. And the girl that he was with was like, thought it was the best thing ever. And then I walked away and I tried to talk to some girls and I sucked in the tree. But whatever, it doesn't matter. I thought that was fucking hilarious. And my subconscious is making dick jokes, even when I don't plan it.
One Punch killer Andrew William Lee has lodged an appeal against his sentence for the death of aspiring footballer Patrick Cronin. Lee was jailed for a maximum term of 8 years after pleading guilty to manslaughter. The 34-year-old has lodged an appeal against the sentence, arguing that it's manifestly excessive.
What?
Malcolm Turnbull,
you killed a person, you punched someone in the head and they died. You're lucky that you got fucking 8 years maximum. Fucking animal.
Highlighted the coalition's
Jesus Christ.
Now Mr. Turnbull has...
So what is this exactly? This is an original work contract, or?
No, we most of the time the plan had to send information to driver.
Right.
Yeah, and to tell driver what to do. And in the past, land track get money from the driver for public liability.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I remember. So we cutting an hour, $29 an hour.
In 1990?
I think so. I think on that, yeah, 1990.
What?
Yeah. $37 an hour.
That's amazing. Can I get that?
Yeah, dropped $41.
This Peter Paper's as old as me. Same year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You born 1990.
1990, yeah.
Okay, Curry, you see one again. I would like to say thank you to you spend time with me today. And also happy Merry Christmas and New Year.
Yeah, you too.
Okay? Hope to see you around.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for letting me ride in your truck.
Yeah, I feel very friendly to you too, brother.
Me too.
Thank
Me
you.
too. Give me a hug, mate. Give me a hug.
Yeah.
Thanks, brother.
Christmas crackers just
Did I just kill a bird?
Congratulations.
No, it's fine. Thank God. So I just finished my first voice therapy consultation with Stella. Lovely, lovely lass. The main thing that she told me was it's all about vocal use. I've really got to cool it on a lot of the things that I used to thoroughly enjoy. Screaming at people, road rage, and now I've really got to check myself whenever I do all those things, or I'm just going to potentially do more damage and it'll never heal. So what she said was, if I am ever going to have an outburst, that I have to break up the outburst into periods so that I give time for breathing and resting. So if something pisses me off, I've got to go, you motherfucker! I'm going to kick the shit out of you! Yeah, that. I've got to do that, which is so crazy, man. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to do that. Moral of the story, can't be a loud prick anymore. That sucks. Right now, I am finished for my day of shooting work, and I'm going home, and people are still going to work. It's about 9 a.m. right now, and I'm done for the day, which is fucking sick. Old Vietnamese dudes are the fucking coolest cunts on planet Earth. Sang Ninh Van, the guy that I was interviewing today, was telling me this awesome story. Early on in his career driving trucks, and he goes,
No way. I'm the first truck on the job it on the morning, and one old man, and always he do the same thing. Always he do the first truck. If he go to the job 4 o'clock, tomorrow I go to the job 3 o'clock. He go to the job 2:30, I go 2 o'clock to the job. Because when I go to the job, I sleep. He knock out my door. He very upset, you know. He asked me, why? He say, I don't like you go to the first truck. You know, I am a mafia. Yeah, I am a mafia. You scared? I'm very funny. I told them, what mean the mafia? He say, mafia can kill any people. Oh, you mafia. Why you ride the truck? And mafia, they got a shotgun like this. I've been in the world, Vietnam. Mafia, they got the gun like this. I got the gun like this. Don't talk to me about that. That's story.
That's it?
Yeah.
And what did he say?
He never stay again.
Sick cut. Bum 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 bum. Star Wars, dog. Star motherfucking Wars. Tonight, right now, I'm fucking jacked up. Oh, bro. Oh, man. This is gonna be good. Right, so I just finished Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. And to put it frankly, it's a huge disappointment. Where do I begin? It's really fucking long, which is the result of useless scenes. There is an exorbitant amount of scenes that are used for no other reason than to get a few laughs. I put that in inverted commas because the comedy in it is fucking cringeworthy at best 95% of the time. All these real shit filler scenes with side characters that are only in the movie for a small amount of time and then they disappear and you don't hear from them again, and it's all irrelevant. It doesn't really propel the story in any valuable way, and some of these scenes are 5 minutes long, you know, and they're peppered throughout the film, and so that just adds runtime unnecessarily, you know. The sequence where Finn and the fucking Asian chick Rose go to find a hacker, they have to find a rogue hacker. It just is far too long for what happens and the result of what they get out of it. They get there and they have to build, for whatever reason, Rose has a backstory with this particular town, and they feel the compunction to explain the whole reason why this is the case. And they'll try and make these people look vile and evil, you know, where it's irrelevant to what is really important for the story. The story is they go there, they get the hacker, that's the end of it. And so while this is all happening, there's a 6-hour window that the main guys are on. It's like, if we don't get there in 6 hours, we're all fucking dead. And so these two characters think that we've only got a really tiny, limited amount of time, and yet we should piss fart around and waste our time and like stick it to these people and do this extra stuff and blah, 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 blah. And that is what plagues the movie as well. Tons of sequences in you know, movie time are drawn out for dramatic purpose or emotional purpose, when really what they should be doing is focusing on the mission at hand and not all this other fucking extraneous bullshit. The comedy is awful. The comedy is atrocious. And the thing that makes it even worse is that it's like they're on a schedule for the jokes, you know? Oh, 5 minutes has gone by, better hit them with a joke. 5 minutes has gone by, better hit them with a joke. Oh, there's an opportunity between two characters who haven't met yet, better hit them with a joke. And there's certain sequences that are dramatic and really intense and blah, 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 where comedy is not appropriate, you know? Fucking what else happens? Oh, bloody exposition coming out the wazoos. Every single little finite detail that is just about to happen or has just happened is explained in dialogue where the exposition is fucking, there's an ungodly amount. And what all this has done is it's turned the Disney on to 2000% is how I would put it. It has dumbed it down and made it accessible to the youngest, most simple-minded person on planet Earth. And I think that's to its detriment in many ways. You know, for die-hard Star Wars fans, it's great to be in the universe again because the sound effects are awesome, the visual landscape is very, very impressive. They went to new worlds this time. That was a positive thing, was that they explored worlds and sceneries that we hadn't seen before in the Star Wars universe, and that was very refreshing. Cinematography was amazing, but yeah, it's like, it's dumbed down. The whole thing is dumbed down and explained, and here you go, here's the information, you dickhead, here's this if you didn't figure that out, here's that. And then, but then the other thing is that, like, certain aspects they have done quite cleverly, and they've, only if you're paying attention will you notice it. So one bit, there's these, like, the old Jedi scripture books, it's like the original Jedi text that you think that they've been burned in a fire. At the very end of the movie, you see, it's only for like 1 second, it's on screen. Finn pulls out a drawer to get a blanket for his, oh my god, the girlfriend scene. Pulls out a blanket for his missus, and as he pulls out the drawer, you see all these books tucked real neatly right next to the blanket, and then it closes again. No one explains it, no one talks about it, and it's really there briefly, and you go, oh, that's nice, I like that shit, you know? There's some really, really awesome sequences. The new Honor Guard or whatever, there's a fight sequence with them and Rey and fucking Kylo Ren, there's a lightsaber battle, there's new weapons, that's pretty fucking dope. There's a cool scene where you see the new AT-ATs, the Imperial Walkers, for the first time, and they look fucking sick. Yeah, and then there's another really good scene with Rey where she kind of, and it's got this really cool Doppler effect with herself. It's hard to explain, but that's really cool. But the thing is, these sequences are too few and too far between, and it's, you know, you're holding out for these moments, and when they happen you're like, fuck, that's so great, that's so special, and then you just straight back to, hey, there's another dog for you, buddy. Oh, you like this dog, do you? Fucking Chewbacca, alright, a Wookiee, one of the most violent, physical, cutthroat beasts in the Star Wars galaxy. He's gonna eat at one point. I don't even know why this is in there, dude. So for starters, he's already killed this animal. It's those little cute things you've seen on the ads. He's already killed them, skinned them, and cooked them, right? And then he's just about to take a bite out of one. As he's about to do that, they all just go, oh, please don't do that. And then he's like, no, I'm gonna do it. And then they go, oh, please don't. And then he crumbles. Fucking crumbles under pressure. A carnivore, there's nothing else to eat anywhere. A carnivore like Chewbacca crumbles to essentially what looks like a cross between a penguin and a Furby. It doesn't even speak English. He fucking crumbles like a pussy. What the fuck? Oh my god, the physics. They haven't even done the research. You didn't even have to do the research. It's just common knowledge. When you're in space, where there is no air, there is no resistance, there's no friction of any sort, an object will move at speed, a constant speed, and a constant direction until acted upon by another force. That is physics 101. In this movie, in the first fucking 10 minutes, they shoot laser beams in space that arc. Like as if like an artillery barrage on a planet with gravity like we would have here. So there's a dreadnought firing at rebel ships quite a distance away, and they fucking aim the shots at about a 30-degree angle, and then the lasers go pew like that and come back and hit the ships. That is not how it would work in space, dude. It'd go up like this and just continue up that way. That's how it would work. There's literally no force unless the laser... Oh, I'm not even going to get into their fucking logic behind that, but it's fucked. There's a sequence where Princess Leia and her second-in-command are parting ways because the second-in-command's about to sacrifice herself. They both go to say, may the force be with you at the same time. And they do this, they go, may the force... Oh, no, sorry, you go first. And they go, ha, 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 ha. And they chuckle, dude. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, I didn't like it. I think it's one of the worst ones that they've made in a really long time. I'm really disappointed, and I bought tickets to see it twice, and I don't want to go see it again.
you that I almost time it that I will like, I'm going to take a shit, I'll wait till I have to take a shit and then shower.
Right, 100%.
You know,
Because you
shower,
get a
shave.
nice proper clean. It's like having a bidet.
Yeah. Fucking bidet, yeah.
Bidet, yeah.
Bidet.
What is it? It's a
bidet.
It's a bidet.
Yeah.
What did I say?
Bidet.
Bidet.
Like boudoir. Bidet, good sir.
Bidet, good sir. Would you like a drink from my tap?
Spick and span, mate.
Just doing it proper. Got to iron your jeans, you know, all for the high cause, the arts.
And people judge a lot about your character by the quality of your jeans.
Right, exactly. And if they are crinkled, then you are Harvey Winkled.
I've heard that before.
Or is it Henry Winkle?
Henry Winkled. Henry Winkled.
Who's that?
That's the Fonz.
The Fonz!
That's Fonzie.
That's a good thing. Yeah. Rolling. Alright, that should be good. Action. I think that's a wrap for today, bro. But twice this week, I've had Jesus people come to the door. You know, anyway, the people that came today was Brent and Jessica came this morning, and I thought I would humour them a little bit and listen to them talk and da-da-da-da-da. But basically what they got at was, they go, do you think the world's out of control, and what are your beliefs, sort of thing, if you have any? And I go, well, you know, the world's definitely out of control, and I consider myself agnostic. I don't really believe in a God, but I don't think there's nothing, you know? And he goes, well, we find that there's a lot of people like you know? They don't really know what the answer is. They know that there's something, but then when they see it and they do the reading, they realise the answer is God. That is the answer. And I almost laughed at that, but I didn't. I kept my composure, and we continued to chat, and he was saying the whole thing is that basically man should not rule over himself. We are designed as a species to be ruled over by something else, by another power, which I think is just fucking ridiculous. Before I could even kind of bring up a point, he goes, so what happens is, what a lot of people ask is that they go, well, you know, if a God does exist, why is there death? Why is there destruction? Why do all these things happen, you know? Why doesn't God prevent them? And he goes, because, so it's an immediate contradiction. He goes, it's all man-made. That's all man-made stuff, you know? God doesn't have a direct input on our lives. He doesn't have a direct control over it, and therefore he does not control the misfortunes that befall people. And that's why there's all this terrible, awful stuff that happens to people. And yet, man should not control over himself, because there's a higher thing that should take control. But God doesn't take direct control. That's why there's death. And so it's a paradox that they've created here. And he goes, what's happening now is, you know, this is all just man's doing, you know, and all these things, blah, 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 blah. And there will come a time when God will come down and take control properly. And I go, well, can you give me an approximate date on when that might be so that I can prepare myself? And he goes, well, no one really knows. We don't know. They talk about it in the Bible. And I go, okay, well, you know, what do they say? And he goes, there's signs, things like lots of earthquakes, pestilence, war. These are the signs that change is coming. And I just let him talk and say all these things, and I didn't want to get into a whole big thing about it. But the reality is, we've been plagued by war since the beginning, you know, since the beginning of mankind. The Crusades, World War I, World War II, you got to look at the Roman Empire, the English Empire, Attila the Hun. You know, we've been at war for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Technically, in terms of how many people die in gun battles and all that stuff, we live in the most peaceful time of human history as far as war is concerned. Mao killed like 80 million people, you know? These are bigger signs. Pestilence, okay? there's been countless records of pestilence and diseases that have run rampant in recent times and in times gone by. Black Plague, Ebola, swine flu, fucking what else, mate? You got polio epidemics. There's massive amounts of famine, like almost everyone in Ireland was wiped out by a potato famine whenever that happened, you know, and yet still not big enough of a sign. Pestilence is out the window. Ignore pestilence. And what else do you say? Many earthquakes. Fucking dog. Like, natural disasters have been destroying humans for fucking, like, thousands of years. Thousands and thousands and thousands of years. In way larger extremities than us. Pompeii, Vesuvius, the Krakatoa explosion and the resulting tsunami. If the end of times, or, you know, God's reclamation of planet Earth is a result of signs, the signs have come and gone, ladies and gentlemen. But the bottom line is, God is not the solution to all our fucking problems, okay? At least one of your pins. Not that one.
This one. Do you want to be on our podcast?
Yeah, I've already been on the podcast.
Nah, but like now we've got the podcasting kit.
I saw the stuff, yeah. I will be on it.
Be on a real podcast.
Yeah, fucking A, dog. What's up, y'all? So I'm just gonna film my monstrous purchase. So I need 13 of these cards. If that's okay. No. Macca's have the fucking best new soft drink. It's so fucking delicious. I've never even heard of it before. Planter. Fucking fuck yeah, cunt. Yeah, what do you think about that, mate? What do you think about that fucking greasy present, huh?
Alright, spread your toes, baby.
Put your feet together.
Yeah. Spread your toes.
Spread your toes.
Nah, that's a good girl.
You gotta, put them up on your heels. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
There you go, got it.
Yeah. So just, this is... The real pressing photos here, people.
Make the sun go out.
Good work, team. This is avant-garde.
Alright, good. We got it.
Do you feel violated?
I feel raped. Right. I feel absolutely raped.
And you feel liberated.
I feel aroused, to be honest. Those little fingers, it's good.
Now, I don't like to buy software that frequently for editing, but this thing here is a godsend. So that's probably about 35 minutes of audio and video that hasn't been synced. Go up here, press that button. That's it. Look, a perfect sync. Like 35 minutes worth of content, and there's or some of the characters that you've met along the way. Yes, I did. Sick. Pluralize 4.1, baby.
Yeah, nigga, I'm still fucking with you. Still waters run deep. Still Snoop Dogg and D.R.E. Nah, nigga. Guess who's back? Still doing that shit, Andre.